Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Chicago Bears. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Ready? 50, plant. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
80 weapon.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
56 is the mic. Greystone, travel. Mike 56.
Throwing on first down, Kramer. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it and picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Finding room at the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Tighten up. Check four. Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Gets it to Gordon. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
First down, Chargers.
On the ready.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Gordon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
I'm going back to you. Check nickel. X3, 218, chopper. 58, right there. Man. Hey, Echo.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set, 18, Gator. You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Kill. Check 3. 6-6. Pull it high.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
First down, Chargers.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Hey, look, 48. Snap.
On play action, they'll throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And to the 12, that's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Ready?
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense. They affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Go.
On first down, Kramer. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Keep playing hard. Let's get it.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Ready?
Coleman now. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. No score after 1 on EA Sports. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
Hey, Alpha.
Operating from the gun, Kramer. And he's got Miller. 30, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, the game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Check, check. Lucky. Protein spill. 5.
This is Gordon. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Ready. 50, plant. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, orbit. 48 month. Sweet grip.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
This is Coleman. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here we go, set, 10 logo.
Fournette, a first down carry. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 27-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check 26, check 26. 61, matchbox light. Snap.
Coleman.
I got you, boy.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Down.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. From the gun, Kramer. It's caught by Coleman. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Go.
Operating from the gun, Kramer. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Ready?
Off the play fake. Kramer. Going up top for Miller. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, high 7. Get it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Hey, exit.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
Hey, 2. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. 2.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Badgley hit from 59 in his rookie season. This one not quite as long, but he shows off that big leg by hitting another from distance. After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 1st and 10, Kramer flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Kramer. Completes it to Miller.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Here we go, set, 70, Indy. Hey, me and you all day. Hey, Delta. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch the slant. Set, go. Set, go.
Off play action. Kramer. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Recon, 1 ready.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Kramer. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Kramer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Check 13. Check 13. Go. He's checking Craig. Hey, lock it. Slide. No. Check.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Forced out to his left and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road in just one big.
And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey, wahoo!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
Ready.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Hey, echo.
From the gun, Kramer. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
60 Pittsburgh.
First down at the 27-yard line.
Smooth. Come. Go.
Throwing on first down, Kramer. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I got you.
2nd and 6. And that is incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And that'll make it 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw. Kramer sliding out of the pocket. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Kramer being chased out left. He'll try and run it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down and 1.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it.
Watch the safety creep.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Check 43. Chopper.
On 4th down, Kramer going deep this time for Mel. And this is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Miller, 37 yards as the Bears push further out in front. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Bears 21, Chargers 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Hey, orbit.
Second and 9 now. And that is incomplete here.
Second down. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's third down and 9 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
57.
They're going to look to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. They create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Bravo! 58, come on! Go! Watch the slant! Go! Hey! High 7! Ready?
Back to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flagged for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Shift! Watch the shift! Get it!
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And now it's third down. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Badgley able to knock this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 40-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Protein spill. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
2nd and 1. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Check safety, check safety. No.
On the ground, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Yes, yes. I'm coming. Let's go.
They will run again with Coleman. And he's got this down to the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On first down, it's Coleman. And he loses the football a second time, and picked up by the Chargers.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. I'm on. 57's the mic.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Haywood. Bam. Ready?
Now back to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards.
First down, Chargers.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
48 Mike.
They'll drop the throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. A gain of 6 there on first.
At the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4.
Hey, let's go out. Hey, Charlie. Go, get it.
2nd and 4. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
5.
He'll look to throw. Well, that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Mike 48. I can't believe 48.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Bears will get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, Rocket, shoot.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 40-yard line.
Ready to break.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Kramer, this is Miller, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they hand off to Coleman. There he goes, left side. 31 yards there to 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they will take a knee here.
Ready, 60 or. Watch the screen.